And top athletes don't do silly things, really. They're very focused. I mean, when I was in cricket, you could have we could have just one stump, and people could throw at that stump and hit it, 5 times out of 6 from about 20, 30 yards. But then, and bowl straight. So, there's really no need to bowl wides in cricket unless you're trying to sort of trying to bowl it deliberately, or you're trying to trap the guy. But really, it's these are incidences that are now being monitored. Other areas that is of concern: selection, abuse of power, etc. And this is why we believe in OCM, and we've been working together with KLRCA to really try and get this Malaysian Sports Tribunal going. I was on ICAS for 10 years, from 2004 to 2014. ICAS is the International Council of Arbitration for Sport, which is the world body that governs CAS, the Court of Arbitration for Sport. And I there was a report by the chief executive to the council, and they said, unfortunately, all the cases seem to be coming from Europe, and Africans and Asians don't seem to have any disputes. So I piped up and said, excuse me, Matthew, there's a lot of disputes, certainly in Asia, I know, and within Malaysia, I know, but then there's no, it's too expensive to go to Lausanne. I mean, Lausanne is in Switzerland. It's one of the most, Switzerland is one of the most expensive places to go to. If you're from Asia, you get to fly to Lausanne or through Geneva, and it's a long and expensive process. That's why they now have alternative hearing sites, of which KL is one, Shanghai is another, Abu Dhabi is one, and Cairo is another. So they've got 4 now alternative hearing sites. So that's already the first step, and I think we've had one international case heard here. But what we now need is a national one, and I think it's a long time coming. The courts, it's expensive process. It's a very, very lengthy process, and sometimes, in sport, you need decisions and resolutions quickly. You can't wait for years until the rest. That's why there is definitely a need for a sports tribunal. Now, we had a alternative dispute resolution process in the Olympic Council of Malaysia for many years, but no one used it because it didn't have the force of the law behind it, and of course it was not seen as independent in the sense that all the people on the board of Olympic Council of Malaysia, all sports people, and many of the board members, would come from the particular sport. So many felt that maybe they're not, justice was not, let's put it another way, justice was not seen to be done. Although I can assure you that we don't have that prejudice or bias within OCM, I don't think so. So this is a great, thing that was announced this morning, and then all the other areas that he said, I think, is a good step forward. Our premise has always been, right from the beginning, why did they really take over from the Registrar of Societies all that work which the Registrar of Societies does for sports organizations? So what we're trying to persuade government now, and I think there will be a discussion later on the Sports Development Act and amendments, is that okay, sports commissioner should be a registration for most bodies, but they should only really be concerned with the good governance of the national federations and state federations, because that's where this is regulating, monitoring of good governance needs to happen, and of course below them, the organizations themselves, the national federation or the state associations should be the ones that are then themselves regulating their own members. So that's another issue that we believe should happen. Another, of course, another small thing, but is that, okay, the sports commissioner's office, should have some experts in sport or officers who know about sport, because many a time there's been disputes or complaints or issues and problems within the sports commissioner's office, and some of those people do not understand sport, how it's structured, how why certain things happen or don't happen. So I think that what the minister said this morning was very encouraging, and I'm not going to repeat now what he said. The other thing that I just wanted to say is that we do have 3 CAS arbitrators in Malaysia. Vinay Pradhan is one, he's here. Dr. Tommy Lee, who used to be the Golf Association president, he's one, and Tan Sri Cecil Abraham is another. And I think once our tribunal starts, we have panelists, we have our panel of arbitrators. Then I think that through either KLRCA or the OCM, we can be recommending to ICAS, the International Council of Arbitration for Sport in Lausanne, that they should have many more Malaysian arbitrators. And the vision, I think, that Richard articulated about Malaysia being a center for sports law, I think the fact that we could be one of the first, we could establish a model way of establishing a tribunal, a sports tribunal. I think that's something that we could be showing many other national sports bodies around the world if we can get it right. And I think that's very important that we do get it right. And I think that looking at the drafts that KLRCA have done, I think we're almost there. And in discussion this morning, we have to also be very careful as we go forward with the sports tribunal that we do not transgress the Olympic Charter, because we don't want our organization being suspended or whatever, because you have to, I think, in the end, have that final appeal to CAS in Lausanne, and I think that should appease the IOC and ICAT and all the other international bodies. So I'll be joining in the panel discussion later. Anyone wants to ask questions from me about what is happening in OCM, where we're going, yes, I'm very happy to answer. But I think we are running out of time, so to try and get it back on track, I'll stop there. But I'm very happy later to answer any of your questions. Once again, Richard and Mr. Yip, thank you, and your colleagues, thank you very much for hosting this conference. KLRCA, Dato', thank you so much for giving us this opportunity in your wonderful facilities to have this. And let's hope we succeed in what we started a few years ago when you were in your little Jalan Conley office, I remember, a few years ago. So thank you very much, and have a really successful conference. Thank you very much.
Mr. Richard Lee will just be presenting a token of appreciation to Tunku. Thank you, Tunku, for taking the time to attend our conference and for that valuable insight into the ongoings of OCM and what's happening in the sports industry in Malaysia today.
The next Olympics.
Well, it's been a power-packed start to the conference, but we are really only just getting started. Our first session of the day has an array of speakers from all across the Southeast Asian region. But let me get the moderator of this session, Mr. Yip Kuen Wing, to tell you more about them.
Thank you, Leslie. Very good morning to Tan Sri Tunku Imran and ladies and gentlemen present today. As introduced, my name is Yip Kuen Wing and I am a partner at Richard B. and Yip, although I think I may not be the most